want every side to come together to attempt to take down the 100 side.
Man, they gotta understand.
We want all the smoke.
We go off the content.
Three, two, one. Hey there, welcome back to the channel where we keep it real. No capping. I'm your host, bringing you nothing but straight fire and authenticity. Today, we're diving into 12 rooms that I got to promote. The 100 ENT showroom, hosted by Big Wack100. The Beehive room. Love and R&B room, hosted by the queen of the 100 side, R&B. No room for the weak. No mercy room. Spin the block room. 100 ENT Jailbreak Squad room. 100 ENT South room. Petty Betty and Toxic Tanya room. Dangerous Minds room, hosted by Beast. Good Burger, hosted by Pitbull. Sleepless in LA, and many more. If you want to get closer or you want to be a part of the show, go to Clubhouse, follow one of these rooms, or you look for a room titled with Wack100. These particular videos all made possible by the one and only Wack100. Get ready to vibe with me as we explore the hardest topics that need some real recognition in the streets. Let's jump right into it and show some love to this channel by hitting the like and or subscribe button. So, without further ado, hold it down. One mic on Wack.
You were banging 6ix9ine's manager at the time.
Me say I was 6ix9ine
You used to say you were his manager.
I ain't heard it like you was at one point though.
You know what it looked like?
Yeah. I thought he was.
The artists I managed, what do I say? I'm their manager.
Yeah.
I do business with everybody.
The bigger thing is that you don't know how to push an artist unless they have animosity towards a bigger artist.
that's
his issue.
You get
that
that
he
from?
took issue with.
Where you get that from?
You only
Ain't no
thrive on
artist I
drama.
ever pushed. Is
wrong.
who did Blueface have animosity against? You a stupid ass lie.
But he helped him build from the ground.
Nigga, not no animosity.
Not saying that.
But still, I've never did. The only music business I did for 6ix9ine is got him a Kodak Black feature, which Kodak Black dissed him on his own shit. And what Wack do? Deliver Black $1 million check. Dead homies. Now you tell me where any of my artists, Wack was pushing diss a nigga. Who? 6ix9ine ain't my artist. All the dissing he was doing had already been done.
Okay, check him out. Clock that.
Huh?
Clock it.
No, this real shit.
I feel it.
I did a podcast with academics, which I did for who? Academics, right?
And clout.
No, I didn't
you
give a
wanted to
fuck
be on
about no
camera
clout.
with 6ix9ine.
No, I didn't. Academics said, Wack, can't nobody box this dude in. He running through all these interviewers. You a street nigga. Maybe you can box him in. And I'm the only motherfucker boxed him in.
But you didn't.
You can't box him in.
You glazed him. You took him on under your wing.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
That didn't happen till 6 months later.
You wanted.
If a motherfucker called me right and say, Wack, we got 3 shows, $500,000 a show for who? 6ix9ine. Hey, Act, what's dude said on the same number? 6ix9ine, they got 3 shows, $500,000 show. You want them? Yeah, Wack, what you want? 20%. He said, okay, run it. All my business is through an email or text. Nigga, you ain't never heard me say what you bet. I tell niggas, if you do your job, then I can't do business with him. The problem is these weak ass streets want other niggas to do their job. I don't give a that man told on. Everybody he told on, I ain't never seen a day, spent a day, don't give a about them, they mama, they daddy, or nothing they stand for. Now, if it was one of my people, then I'm gonna deal with it differently. My homies will tell you, 6ix9ine ain't never met none one of my homies, been in my neighborhood. I don't do that woody shit they just did. Ain't none one of my homies ever been in this man's presence. When I did that podcast, we was 15 deep. It was Rolling Loud weekend. We deep as, you know I went over there with? My baby mama and my 2 daughters. That's it. So I don't know what y'all talking about, but I do business with everybody.
Why are you talking about 6ix9ine? We're talking about you trying to hype him up to go against Durk.
He know I never said that.
No, I ain't say that.
You tried to put the battery in his back. You grabbed that 9-volt and you tried to shove it in.
Real. I'm gonna tell you why that would be the dumbest move for me, right?
Yeah.
First of all, if he telling me him and Durk is good, right? I need that relationship to stay solid. We talking about Chicago. We talking about Chicago. Yeah. Either I put him in a position where his ass get smoked, or I put him in a position where we get him hot. With anybody from a city, it don't even gotta be him. It could be naysayers, followers who think that's what a nigga might want him to do. That's why nephew in there now, right? That nigga ain't stupid. Ain't no way Smirk will be out here in the city calling that type of dog on that. But if niggas is moving on their own accord, you always gonna get the backlash. He know my thing is shit, he good with dirt. Okay, I got the whole Atlanta. You was moving around Atlanta at the time.
So you asked me that too. You even called him.
I called Chief Keef. Yeah. Chief Keef say I'm good with him. I'm setting up to play. I called him. I said, yo, bro, he like, nah, Wack, we good. If you with him, I'll do something with him. I hit my artist, Yo Blue. I know you don't know him because we put him on the tour. He like, whatever you need, it's rock and roll. Why the would I turn around and do all that and say, go at one of the biggest niggas in rap from his city?
No, that's
what
the thing came in. It was the hearsay shit. All I said was I felt like, and everybody came to you as, oh, he's saying you try to. No, it wasn't.
But I don't know how you feel.
Yeah, what made you feel that energy though?
I said it 1,000 times. It was just all a questioning about Smirk. Like if we working, it's gonna be a question about. But at the time, I didn't understand the music and like how y'all work. You know, now I understand.
You get why I'm like.
Now I understand.
I'm like, back then, because nephew called it about studio.
You trying to get us into
he called it about studio time. This is business.
Oh, bro.
So the minute I start doing these things, I'm stepping in the position of label or management. But yet I can't step into those shoes if he already got a label.
Oh, by the way, I'm an independent artist. I ain't under no papers on all my masters, all that under new management, savvy, you know, all that. My shit together.
Yeah, so and these days I tell people like I tell you this. The worst part about dealing with the streets is they don't understand business. The fact now he understand why I was asking questions.
So I understand.
The fact that he didn't understand, bro, the minute I get to, I'm already making calls. You was on the calls.
No, for sure.
Chief Keef, I'm calling Blueface. I didn't call down south. I'm calling producers. I'm lining it up. But the minute if I'd have pressed play and we got to running around the way I was doing, boom, and Durk took that some kind of way, it's gonna cause a problem with me. It's gonna cause a problem with him. Cause now I'm like, nigga, I just spent 100. He like, Wack, that's on you. You knew the nigga was signed to me. Why you didn't check in?
How you feel though that when I just read the DM though, Durk told the nigga not to with you?
That's cool. That's Durk's. Me and Durk ain't never did no business. We just always had a mutual respect. What I respected about Durk is I watched him come up and pay Durk. And then I watched when he moved to New York, the nigga was moving around by himself. I used to see him at the clubs and I watched him reinvent himself and come back up. Listen, I came into the game with the odds against me, right? It's a lot of people, they told Blueface, they tell a lot of people not to with me. But those that with me and see what it is, they quickly understand either it's some hate over there
respect,
or it's some bullshit over there,
like
right?
Myself, how you move and how niggas think about him, they feel the same way about
See, let me tell you what he knew.
That's why I
knew all the calls I had made for him. He knew that. He knew I didn't call Ghazi, I didn't call Chief, I didn't call all these niggas lining it up. I just want to make sure before I stepped in it, I didn't A, stepping on his toes, B, get him into some shit, because they could have looked at him like you on some snake shit, because you know you up on some paperwork.
About Mimo, I don't care with nobody. I'm my own man, gang. They could give me advice and all that, but they know they can't tell me what to do.
Yeah, but you can be your own man, but when you come into contracts, that man is tied to that contract.
Listen, my contract is different from any other nigga contract. That's my real brother, gang. Like, if I say I don't want to be with this shit, all that label shit, all that business shit, gang. All right, bro.
Okay, white boy. Are your ancestors going to acknowledge what he say verbally, or they going to want to see a document before they spend some money?
My ancestors aren't involved here. I'm actually not even involved.
No, bullshit. Let's keep it real.
No, I feel what you saying. But I'm telling you right now, if you come to me and say, I want to work with you, we got to see what Durk say. I'm going to tell Smirk, I want to go work with Wack. He going, is you sure that's what you want to do, brother? We know we got
Now, guess what? I turned this nigga
that out. Just make sure that's what you want to do.
I turned him into a Kendrick Lamar, right? And ain't no release. Guess what happens? Wack, get out the way. He ain't even got to say nothing to me. He going to use that man in that office over there in that suit and tie to serve that paperwork. And guess what I'm going to have to do? Get out the way. But guess what? When I go to my label, to get the budget, guess what they gonna ask me for? Where's the release?
Ain't gonna lie.
So when I walk in my
looking at it as some label and some executive shit, one thing about that man, gang, he is a real genuine nigga, gang. If I come to him and say I want out, gang, well, he don't want to do no, he not gonna go through all that business shit. He gonna tell his callers people, his lawyer, I forgot the nigga name, Josh, he gonna tell him, look, Mimo, I want Mimo out.
Josh Barber.
Yeah, he gonna tell Mimo he want
Always
out.
remember
Same thing
this.
he did. When I said I wanted out, we came to a mutual agreement and we got out there.
Always remember
Same
this.
shit I would have deal with
In
you.
corporate America, documentation beats conversation.
That's what we did. What we do? I showed y'all the documents. That's what I still got the documents.
No, you didn't show them to me.
That's because I had to get them. I came to you first. I just want before I get out, I want to make sure
all I'm
asking for
together
is the release. I called Ghazi. Ghazi said, Wack, we'll release him. If you doing, we'll release him. I called everybody I felt I was going to need to give him what he needed. Tours lined up, producers had you lined up, all that. I was finna send him.
It was
But
coming until that shit came.
before I start
All that shit came.
cutting that check, I need to know what I'm investing in.
Yeah.
Because if a nigga right now go give my artist some money and do a bunch of shit and blow up and get a hit, I'm gonna have my attorney send the paperwork in and I'm gonna claim everything and shut it all down. Either I'm gonna let it rock or I'm gonna shut it down. It's that simple.
Bro.
I don't even got to beef with you. Nigga, I ain't got to run into you in the street. I ain't got to do nothing. All I got to do is send a document.
So are you guys good now? What was the recent
Always
flare
been
up?
good.
What was the
He
flare
clout
up?
chasing.
Yeah, what was the flare up?
Oh, and one thing. See, you still taking it as I said that shit. I didn't, gang.
If you go to the damn internet, that's all
so
you see.
show me what I said physically. Wack tried to make me beef with Durk. I
You said
didn't
it. I
say
can't
that.
find it. You said it.
I didn't,
Okay,
gang.
so-
I said I felt like.
I feel like I remember that being a Say Cheese title or something at one point, but I don't
might have
know.
been some clickbait.
Of course, that's some
Right.
clickbait
Okay.
shit. But in my head, I'm like, this what it felt like. I'm not saying this what it is. I'm not saying even if I did feel like that, I'm not gonna go to the internet and say that, bro. I've been media trained before.
Listen.
Nobody ever media trained me. How many times I've been on this bitch and I know how to move and y'all to watch niggas be on it, bro.
So you what, a GD or BD?
I ain't GD or BD on Steve.
You not
Hell
neither
no.
one. I don't be knowing. I don't know how that shit work
600.
out
I'm
there.
from 600.
Also, y'all totally different.
Yeah.
Cause I was gonna ask him how they feel about 1090.
He ain't a GD.
I don't know.
Yo, he don't care.
Oh, 1090 Jake.
How
He
you feel
say he got
about
some paperwork.
the Larry
Oh,
Hoover situation?
Oh yeah, I don't know, gang. Larry, I feel like he probably do. Back then, that niggas was doing shit to get around. I feel
That's
like
a fact.
he snitched, gang.
That's a fact.
I feel like
he
snitched.
definitely got some shit.
I mean, unless somebody got a good argument for why the newspaper's lying,
No,
it seems
hell
like.
no. Larry
what are we
don't
doing?
snitch. I don't give a fuck if it was King David. He probably, niggas gonna do what they do to get out of there to their family, gang. I got a million niggas behind me, gang. Well, I don't about them million niggas. I want to make it home to my family, gang. Look at all these niggas out here snitching right now.
You also got to keep in mind that, like, if you get locked up right now or if you get an interrogation, you're already thinking
Bro, I got a million interrogation
witnesses.
videos. Look.
You're right, but we all know now that if you're in an interrogation or if the cops have you on body camera or whatever, that there's a very good chance that shit is coming out. Obviously, in 1968, nobody was thinking about that shit.
Yeah.
Even getting a
Only
copy
reason
of
I
the
would let him do his
newspaper
thing.
was
They
probably
didn't
a big
think-
deal
they
back
didn't
then.
think that shit was gonna get out. Even if they did, they thinking at the moment right
Yeah,
now. Like, man, I gotta
I'm
get
gonna
home.
let him do his thing, but I'm gonna be real.
Snitch stand for shit, nigga. I'm trying to come home. Think
That's
about
crazy.
it.
I would tell you this.
Shit, nigga, I'm trying to come home.
1090, he got me in the trick bag because he told me to provide something. I got to sit down with him face to face and read it, right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't think he had. I was defending him, but he got
probably saw a bit
he
dope
got an
this.
atomic bomb bigger than that.
That motherfucker be doing
he gonna
this.
shake the whole Chicago, my nigga.
Oh, this was somebody from Iraq or just Larry?
Just Larry.
No,
Larry.
Niggas from
It's
Iraq.
another
Oh,
one.
he got more Chicago drop.
That's a fact. I told a nigga,
Man, I
where
ain't
you get
gonna
that
lie.
from?
It's killers everywhere, snitches everywhere,
It's a fact.
everywhere. And we not the only turned city, gang. They only praise us because the rap shit, gang. Nigga, look at
Academics.
Cali, gang. There's so many niggas in
Academics
Cali that
put the
kill.
light over
New
there.
York,
Yeah, he did.
Act put the light over there.
Like,
He,
gang, we not the only city they only praise us because the Chief Keys, the Dirt, we loud with our shit. and
There's
rap, gang.
infinite
there's
people
killers.
getting
Look at
killed
Vaughn down in
in
Atlanta, gang.
Philly and
You
New
could die
York and
anywhere,
all these
gang.
other
There's killers
places, but
everywhere.
the people don't really become famous. But
Yeah,
meanwhile,
that's all.
Chicago's the only place where, like, obviously, yeah, you're gonna get views if you interview the top rappers, but there's these dudes who are like under the big rappers
I
or
will-
are just
yeah, I
associated
will
with
say
them
this.
that can go. Like, look at the Bezu interview that we did. That was like one of the biggest interviews we ever did, and it's like you could be a huge music fan and not know who Bezu is,
That's
but
what
he's
I
he's an important part of that.
Chicago produces,
I ain't gonna lie,
when it
Super
comes to
real.
the up and coming underground where don't nobody know, they got to, when it come to this podcast shit, anybody sit down from Chicago does numbers for some damn reason. I could bring you an underground dude there from Cali, nobody know. You know that.
The lore
It's a
is
lot of
deep.
lore.
There's a lot of
lore.
numbers, especially if they got me and Wack on this bitch. They been waiting on this.
Speaking of lore, why don't you see your ass out of here so we could get a real street professor in this?
I
got you.
I bet.
If you want to talk to Wack, just dial 911. They'll connect you.
Look at him.
This
Wack
guy
beat his
crazy.
ass after this.
Look at this clean soda. Look at him.
Man, you gotta teach me.
It's
blowing that. Zero.
Right now.
Oh,
That's enough for him.
Damn.
He keeps saying that. He know what.
it.
He know what touch
I
you.
want to fight the nigga so bad.
He know.
Oh, me?
No, the black dude.
What black dude?
Mandingo.
Nigga,
Mandingo, bro. Don't worry about it. I'm finna get him touched for you.
Bro, you want to feel anger?
No.
Wait till you find out that Diddy was hitting.
I believe it, my bitch.
And then wait till you find out the Punisher was hitting.
The Punisher's crazy.
Punisher.
Look, we got Mimo, we got Trapboy Ross.
It's
the
legendary. man.
biggest.
This the first meetup, right?
The biggest.
So much, gang. I never put a face to it, and this is my first time, like, actually seeing you, and I your work, gang. You know?
Appreciate it, man. I'm a big fan of yours too, bro. Like, you know, I spent.
No, I still ain't watching. That shit 6 hours.
I was
gang.
gonna say, did you
I
watch
can't
the
even
6
see
hours
his video
documentary?
that long. I was just, when I did the DJU interview, he was playing it while we was preparing for the interview, but we was watching. I was seeing
word.
certain shit. I'm like, oh yeah.
He was doing his
It
homework,
just
man.
be certain words throw me off and scare me. Like when you be, they're beefing with this blog and that shit scare me. I feel like, you know, some police shit, but you know, that's your job, gang. I can't, you know. But coming from where I come from, that shit bring up a red flag. Like, you know, I fuck with you. That's how you get your money. You can't tell me, oh, you rap about this, so it's a red. You know, do you, gang? You getting your views, your money. That's how you do it. You gonna do it. I ain't gonna
Appreciate
down
it,
you
man.
none of that.
I'm a big fan. Like, I've delved deep into the history of 600 and, you know, the area and all of the rappers that have come out in there. So many legendary people, obviously yourself, but then so many other legendary people that have come out of there. Like, something I'm really eager to ask you is just kind of like, you know, your experiences interacting with some of the other guys from over there and kind of how that whole come up
I literally
happened.
was just on the phone with C-Day like
No way.
3 hours ago.
Damn, how's he doing?
He good. High spirits, you know.
Yeah, love. This shit finna go crazy. This shit finna go crazy.